dream, but first another dread.
Hey everybody, welcome. And it is 1:02 in the morning on the east, which makes it 10:02. Yeah, it makes it 10:02 in the night on the West Coast. Funny how that works. And if you're wondering what I'm listening to, it's music that I wildly, crazily think is appropriate for this occasion. It's called Religion on the LP of Divine Distraction by Lida Music, who has been a featured musical guest on Zenny 62 for this entire year, going all the way back to CES Las Vegas. But you didn't come here to hear about that, right? I just thought it was kind of a nice background music. You want to talk about what I want to talk about, which is that basically this schedule, man. This schedule is a mess. It's I'm talking about the Oakland Raiders schedule for 2019. If you can only predict games, wins and losses based on schedule, right? And looking at this one, it just would seem to have 8-8 written all over it. Consider how we start out. We start out Denver at Oakland, which is great, except that the Denver Broncos that come into the Coliseum for it should be an epic battle, hopefully, is all new. It's coached by Vic Fangio, have a new offense, new defense, new quarterback, new approach, new attitude, so the Raiders have to be prepared for the unknown. Next game is against the hated, waiting to take over the Las Vegas Stadium when the Raiders get there, Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, that's right, I said that. And they visit the Coliseum. The only saving grace about that game is it is at the Coliseum, where the Raiders' energy carries it through, and it should have produced a win last time, right? Hey, Daniel Gutierrez again. Daniel, how you doing? Daniel says it's Daniel from California. Just wanted to say hello. Great show you have here. Daniel, that made my day, especially since I have to be honest. This April 18th marks 1 year since the death of one of my best friends, Lars Frickman. And Lars and I go all the way back to Bret Hart Junior High School when we were 14 years old. My other best friend, Bill Boyd, and other friends are supposed to meet tomorrow night back in San Francisco for kind of a beer hoisting ceremony. And I'm going to cyber be there because I'm here for Mom. And then, of course, next week is the NFL draft. So I'm just all turned around. I was supposed to do a draft, and life has been upside down. But you know what? I'm going to, as they say, I'm going to power up. What's the term? Not power up, not charge up, but rally. I'm going to rally, man. I'm going to rally. In fact, I am rallying. But anyway, enough about me. Let's talk about the Raiders. Okay, so let's go through the schedule one by one. We've got Denver at Oakland, September 9th. Then we have Kansas City at Oakland. I'm just going to go through them and then talk about what each game means to me, right? Oakland at Minnesota, Oakland at Indianapolis, Chicago at Oakland, Oakland at Green Bay, Oakland at Houston, Detroit at Oakland, Los Angeles at Oakland, Cincinnati at Oakland, Oakland at New York Jets, Oakland, Kansas City, Tennessee at Oakland, Jacksonville at Oakland, Flex Day, Oakland at Los Angeles, and then Oakland at Denver. Okay, so what do I think about that? On balance, it sounds like not a bad schedule, right? Wood says, you said 5 straight road games. Somebody else pointed that out. Let me see. I've got, Oakland and Minnesota, Oakland at Indianapolis, Chicago is, and then you have Houston, Oakland, Detroit. You have Houston, Detroit comes to Oakland, I thought. That's Sunday night, November 3rd. Detroit plays Oakland. Then you have Los Angeles, Cincinnati. Yeah, you do have 4 straight road games. No, you have 4. Someone said 5 because you have LA comes to Oakland. I don't see 5 straight road games. Am I missing something? I see Oakland at Minnesota, Oakland at Indianapolis, and then Chicago comes to Oakland, and Oakland at Green Bay. What I see is I see 4 or 5 games on the road. Okay, that's what I see. Am I missing something? Because I wrote this down. Did I record that incorrectly? Let me see. I'm willing to say, hey, maybe I made a mistake. But, because I like to do things by hand, right? I'm a blogger. But, let's see here. I'm a blogger, man. I'm a blogger. Oakland Raiders 2019 schedule. Okay, Broncos. You've got, they don't have it listed out here. That's the wrong one. It's funny, you go to Pro Football Reference, they didn't even give you the right thing. You know what? Well, all else fails, go to NFL.com. So that's what I'm going to do. NFL.com. And there is NFL.com. If you're wondering, by the way, I've said at the start of this, Lida music is what you're hearing. Lida music. All right. Now, this is her LP. And okay, so I scroll down here. Raiders. Broncos at Raiders. And I am now looking for the Raiders. Okay, here it is. Okay. That's the official site. That's not what I'm looking for. All right. All screwed up here, man. Let me try this another way. Scroll up. I'll scroll up and what? I'll click on schedules, regular season, teams. Boom. Yeah. They make the team icon. It's hard to see. It's like gray, right? All right. Raiders. Khalil Mack reunion awaits week 5. We know this now. All right. So the schedule, yeah. Okay, we got Broncos at home, Chiefs at home, at Vikings, at Colts, Bears at home, then Packers away, then Texans away, then Lions at home. So there's no 5 straight road games. There's a break. There's 4 out of the 5. There's a stretch where 4 of 5 games are on the road. So then they go Lions, Chargers, Bengals at home. Okay. And then they go Jets and Chiefs away, and then Titans, Jaguars at home, and then Chargers and Broncos. So it's not 5 straight. That's wrong. And I heard someone say that, but do you have 4 of Jay Will? No, actually, I'm glad you very nice. Thank you, Jay Will. How you doing? I'll get to your point in a second regarding the music. But yeah, NFL Network is reporting weeks 3 through 8 are away. Yeah, but there's a break. Bootney Farmsworth says that's the London game, Chicago versus Oakland. I see what you're getting at, but still, it's yeah, you're right. Thank you for that. Okay, so it's not okay. Cool, Chicago versus Oakland. So you're right. Cool, you're right. Raider Nation for life. Love that. 5 before the bye in London considered away game to me. No, you're right. It is an away game. It's not home. So you're right. That's 5 straight on the road. Wow. Daniel Gutierrez says, do you think we need a new city council or mayor in Oakland to get a new stadium? Yeah, I do. Okay, straight out. And I think the reason is that, and I say this painfully because the current mayor is my god sister. I've known her for 32 years. Her mom turned 80 yesterday. And I'm not suggesting a recall or anything like that. Libby has to prove that she has the will and initiative to complete big stadium projects. I've said it before. I'll say it again, okay? She hasn't done that yet. I personally think she can do it, but she just hasn't found the right formula. Hey, Sean Grogan, how you doing? Joseph Bensman says, 2nd year in a row, Raiders open on Monday night, which I think is cool. Sean Watson says, playing Chicago and England, that sucks. Yeah, there's 5 games on the road. But, hey, consider this. If they have 5 games on the road for the Raiders, they could do the same thing next year while Las Vegas Stadium is getting its act together, and they can have Las Vegas Stadium ready by late October, the way things are looking, right? Can they actually really do that? No. They would have to have a home game the way the schedule works out. They couldn't have the Raiders on the road for basically 2 months, so forget that. That's going to be really dicey when you get to that. At any rate, Jay Will says, be careful. YouTube algorithm might take your stream down for that music in the background. No, actually, this music is my right. I have the right to play that. Lida music is Lida. I don't want to give her name away. She's been on Katie Robbins. Katie's been on my show now 3 times on Zenny62 on YouTube, talking about this music, playing this music. So I have royalty rights. Okay. So it's cool. But thank you for your concern. Buy her music. Go to oaklandnewsnow.com, click on Lida Music at the top banner, or just type Lida Music SoundCloud and type Divine Distraction. That's the album name. All right. Rob Iman says Broncos Raiders start on Monday Night Football. Epic. Joseph Amenderes. Joseph says Steve Mariucci on NFL Network said it was week 3 through 8, and so I guess he was wrong. No, but here's where I was wrong. Okay, I was wrong because I didn't realize Chicago was in England. So I thought Chicago was good. I thought it was Khalil Mack returning to the Coliseum. And so, in fact, I wrote Khalil Mack returns to the Coliseum, and I got to correct that because that's wrong. All right. Khalil Mack is not returning to the Coliseum, sadly. So that sucks, man. That just plain sucks big eggs. You know what I mean? And as Radio Nation for Life says, it's considered an away game. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Mark didn't need to do this to us. Because look, I'm sorry. You know what? We stood a better chance of beating the Chicago. I mean, how stupid is this? Think about it. We're not going to beat the Chicago Bears and Khalil Mack in England because we don't have an advantage. Unless it's scheme, unless you want to tell me that we're going to have a personnel matchup that is going to stop them. And I know this is going to be a different team, but I just don't have faith in this almost totally reconstituted Raider team because you have to coach all these guys new. It's a different feeling. There's no core, okay? So I am not. I don't have faith in the organization, okay? That's what I'm trying to say, all right? Joseph Bensman says Raiders at Vikings week 3, yikes. No, the yikes for me is the first 2 games because those are division games. We'll find out real quick how good the Raiders are. If the Raiders come out and beat the Denver Broncos and then the San Diego Chargers, donk, 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 and then the Kansas City Chiefs and go 2-0, they will not only be 2-0, they'll have a tremendous head start in the AFC West. So we'll find out right then and there, right off the bat, how good this team is. The Raiders have a schedule that you can describe in one word: effed, man. And I say that because not only do they have this 5-game road stretch, they start off with the division rivals. Sean Grogan says 5 to 7 wins max for the Raiders. All right, if the Raiders go 5-7 after having gone, 6-10, and that happens, do you fire Gruden after that? Because something's got to change, okay? Or do you just simply say, well, he's got $100 million guaranteed, let's just ride the pine? All right. Grogan says no, okay? I'm not in favor of that idea. But I just want to see John put a truly contemporary offense in, and we'll toward the end of the year, I thought he got better the last 2 games, but everybody's changing too, right? It's not like everyone is static and the Raiders are changing. Everyone's changing. So I'm really afraid this Raider team is not going to deliver. I'm just being honest with you. Joseph Bunsman says the Raiders get to test out Flacco to start the year. New quarterback. But it's not Flacco I'm concerned about. It's what Vic Fangio does on defense. Joseph Armendariz says, based on the schedule, where's your record prediction? Mine is 7-9, but I do hope for the best. Mine is 8-8, but I hope for the best. I can't see. I think, frankly speaking, 8-8 is generous. And the reason why I say that is I am not confident this coaching staff can assemble all these fellows together and produce a winner in such a short time. And a large part of my reason has to do with the simple idea that you need to have a core of people, core players that have been together and understand your system. Then you have to have a system that works. Okay. And a lot of what John did on offense didn't adjust well. On defense, they were uncoordinated in terms of gap coverage. I like that they pursued through gaps, but it was uncoordinated. So Rob Iman says Flacco will flop in Denver. Jay Will says, are London games counted as away games for both teams? No, I always thought that a London game was counted as home and away for the team, just as it would be any place else. Like, for example, the Super Bowl, you have like the Patriots against the Rams. The Patriots with a away team, the Rams with a home team, right? So as far as I knew, and I believe this is the case, regardless of the location of the game, there's always a home team, there's always a host team, and there's always a visiting team, right? That never changes. So you don't have a situation where you have two away teams. Now, realistically, in terms of traveling to England, yeah, you're going away. All right, that's true. But from the standpoint of who the NFL considers home versus not, all right, you've got that. Now, the whole, I believe, where that changes is in what's called visiting teams share revenue. But I believe, and I have to check with the NFL on that one because I'm not sure, and it raises a very good question. Okay, it really does. So hold on a second. Trying to get this straightened out here and it's proving to be a bit difficult, but I will. Wanted to connect her correct. It's called Khalil Mack thing. And where is it? Oh, it's not correcting itself. I'll correct it later from another browser. Or something like that. But anyway, it's not correcting itself. Okay. Give me predictions, everybody. I got mine is 8-8. I'm in 6-10. Sean Grogan is 5-7. You've got 21 of you here now at 1:19 in the morning in the East. Welcome, 22 now. Give me your record, Jordan Yancey. Hey, Jordan, how are you? Jordan Yancey says 10-6. Wow, Jordan, ever the optimist. I like it. All right, so Jordan says 10-6. Who else? Hey, John Acala, what's your record prediction? How you doing? Rob Iman says, I say the Niners finish 8-8. John Acala, your prediction? Who else? Who are we missing? Jay Will, did you? Oh, Jay Will said 7-9. No. I'm sorry. Joseph Amenderas said 7-9. John Acala says 9-7. All right. Sean Watson says, I was just listening to KNBR just a minute ago, and they said they didn't think Marshawn was coming back. What do you think? I only believe your word. Well, thanks, Sean. I appreciate that. They're holding a place for Marshawn to come back, and I think if he's healthy enough, they'll get him to play. But as John said at the NFL annual meeting, Marshawn Lynch can come back whenever he wants. So that's the situation. They have an open door for him to return when he's healthy to do so. And for a good reason. Marshawn is the spiritual leader of the Raiders. So you don't want to lose that, right? So I think John's handling this in a way, frankly speaking, is quite genius and really cool. So look for Marshawn Lynch to come back, and I do, however, think the Raiders need to start building the draft strategy for that running back of the future. They haven't done that. I would have done that last year. My thought was, you know what, you get your running back for the future, have Marshawn Lynch be the tutor for that running back, and have a nice, 1-2 back attack tandem. I'm not concerned that is not in vogue in the league. The kind of offense I would put on the field is such that a lot of people will be singing our team by the end of the season. Okay, Raider Lou, how the hell are you doing? Raider Lou says Red Lulu 1990 says 2 home primetime games for our 60th anniversary is an outrage. I completely agree. And Tom Collins predicting 8-8. Raider Lou, what say you? Raider Lou, what say you? Dave Shotlock says, I'm devoting this last year to all the home games by all the different options at my disposal. Amtrak, BART, Drive, and Tailgate just one last time. Joseph Amenderis says 7-9. Jay Will says, I got the Raiders going 8-8. My Ravens also going 8-8. Are you living in Baltimore, by the way? You ever seen The Wire? Sean Watson says, wow. Yeah, I hear. Sean Watson says 12-4. Wow. Where are you? Yay, Sean. Where are you getting 12-4 from? I just want to know. 12-4. Where is that coming from? I am like, are you kidding me? 12-4. Can you explain that, Sean? I'm waiting with bated breath. Where did you pull that out of? Okay. I mean, I want to know why you think it's bold. Okay. But 12-4? What is up, man? No, I'm not hating on you for it. I just want to know what the reason is. Tom Collins says, but predictions before the draft are very difficult. Yeah, they are. And by the way, Zenny62 Media will be at the NFL draft, credentialed for the 14th straight year. Already signed up for Wednesday's NFL Media Luncheon, which should be quite an interesting affair now that Mike Mayock will not be there. So, but I know that Steve Mariucci will be there. Charles Davis will be there. I expect Maurice Jones-Drew will be there, as well as Steve Smith, hopefully, and hopefully Deion Sanders as well. Should be a lot of fun. And Brian Billick. And I love talking to all those guys. And Dave Shaw, head coach at Stanford. So I'm going to fire up my live stream and let it rip. It's going to be fun. It'll be fun. All right. What I'm doing right now also is I'm correcting my Raider piece that says Khalil Mack returns to the Coliseum. No. Khalil Mack is not returning to the Coliseum. I got to change that. That was my mistake. And I made an assumption. And we're going to have an awful season, man. I mean, we're going to have 5 straight away games. You know what that's about? That's the A's, okay? That's you know what that is? That's sharing your team with a Major League Baseball organization. Excuse me. That's sharing your stadium with a Major League Baseball organization is what that's all about. So you're going to get the diamond in the middle of the field for much of the football season until November. That's what you're looking at. Sad but true. And Sean Watson now has his prediction. Hi, Lysette. Lysette says 9-6. Joseph Benson says 5-11. Sean Watson says, I believe that Derek Carr will have all the time he needs to get the ball to his wide receivers, and the defense is going to be better. Okay. Raider Lou says, if I'm predicting before the draft, we have to do well on the road. If they can do that, I say at least 7 wins. See, my concern, again, has to do with the number of players they're bringing in. First, it's the number of players they're bringing in. New, all right? The core is not there, okay? It's the number of players they're bringing in, particularly on offense. And Raider Lou says the 2016 Raiders started 5-0 on the road. Yeah, they did under Jack Del Rio. But remember something? Think about the 2015-16 Raiders. There was very little difference between the 2015 Raiders and the 2016 Raiders, okay? You didn't have this huge shift in personnel. You had at all. Sean Grogan says, I think we're closer to 4-12 than 12-4. I agree. I agree with you. So now I have to say Khalil Mack to face Raiders. To face Raiders. To highlight Oakland's 2019 schedule, okay? Defensive end Khalil Mack returns to face his old team to face his old team, the Oakland Raiders, with his new team, the Chicago Bears, to highlight the silver and black schedule. Okay, I had to take the Coliseum out of it. So I fixed it. Now I'll go down and I hit update. And the WordPress blog does its thing, and voila, it's done, man. It's up. I fixed it. It's come on, it's up. You're supposed to be refreshing. It's supposed to have been done now. Doggone it. Yeah, now it's up, okay? Sometimes you gotta talk to your blog, coax it along, you know what I mean? Be nice to it. You can never be mean. You gotta be like your little kid gloves, and then boom, the server works. I'm just kidding. At any rate, okay. By the way, I have a note regarding the whole mechanics lien issue. I updated the piece that I wrote yesterday to include a conversation I had with a friend of mine who's a East Bay developer, who said that mechanics liens are quite common from his perspective, and that this lien, he said, it's routine unless someone defaults on it. So basically, he says it's Merrill Steele in this case saying, hey, look, we're here and we want to make sure that you know that you owe us these monies, okay? And he said to me, you remember the hold on a second. I gotta change this. Because that's not Lida. All right, this is Lida. All right. And he said, remember the Oakland Bay Bridge redesign on the east side? He reminded me that had cost overruns, a lot of cost overruns, and a number of mechanics liens against it. Okay, that was filed against the state of California. Now, my reaction to that is, okay, I get that, but two things. First of all, the state of California has a lot of money to pay that. That's the question is, where does that place the Raiders, right? The Raiders is Stadco and the Clark County Stadium Authority, all right? If you're comparing the financial heft of the state of California to withstand these mechanics liens and change orders versus the Raiders in Clark County, I'm picking the state of California, every single time. And in the case of the Raiders, we still have this issue of $100 million in cost overruns from Merrill Steele alone, and they could go higher. And that's not including the reported $22 million in increase last year. So you have $122 million in cost increases already, just from that. Okay. So where are we going to go? What are we going to see by the time this is finished? Are we going to see $500 million in cost overruns? So you're talking about going from 1.8 billion to 2.4 billion. If you look at it from that perspective, we're already 1/5 of the way there, knowingly. Okay, knowingly. Lynn Merrill said you should link up with Raider Fan Radio at the draft. Are they going to be there? Hey, I'd love to. Are they going to be Lisette? Here's my email, okay? All right. That's my email. I'm going to ask you to to do the honors in connecting us by email. I would love to meet up with them during the draft. I think that'd be a lot of fun, okay? I think it'd be a ton of fun. Jordan Yancey says, Raiders offensive line, will be good. We need the defense to be good. I don't see a losing season. Playoffs, baby. Jordan, I hope you're right. Because you know why? I want a Super Bowl at the Coliseum. I don't want this, oh, woe is me. I don't want all this, oh, I'm tired of this stuff. I want to walk into that building, chest high, wearing my black, I got black, everything, right? That's what I want. Raider Lou says, Raider Lou says 2016 Raiders started 5-0 on the road. You said something about in the fourth quarter, Raider Lou. I'm trying to figure this out. Raider Lou, you got three trains of thought going here. First, you say, I'm predicting before the draft we'll have to do well on the road. I got that one. And then the second one, Joseph Benson says, too bad Raiders didn't bring back Jared Cook. Yeah. His performance last year deserved at least a year deal. Yeah, it really did. That's the other feeling about this year. John did not get half the potential production out of Jared Cook he could have, okay? Line Jared up in the backfield, motion him out. And if you're yelling at me, he's a tight end, my reaction is, exactly. Wow. But getting back to you later, Lou, so you have asterisk in the fourth quarter. Sorry, and I don't know what you mean there. So yeah. But anyway, Lisette, will you do that for me, please? Just curious. Thank you. Okay. Now, tonight, I was going to do a mock draft. I'm not. And the reason I'm not going to do one Thursday night is in honor of, I'm going to take my mom to dinner. And the reason is that a year ago, April 18th, my best friend, Lars Frigman, died in his sleep. And I've known Lars, I'm 56 since we were 14 years old, okay? He was 55. So I was 55 at the time as well. And I met Lars in 1974 at Bret Hart Junior High School. And Lars asked me, have you ever heard of Owen Lars? And I said, no. And he kept asking me, we're 14. Have you ever heard of Owen Lars? He goes, no. And, when you're 14, you feel like you have to be in the know. You have to, prove yourself. Being a teenager like that is a tough deal, right? So, John Grogan, thank you. And anyway, so he asked me this for quite some time. It was really annoying. And so finally I would say, Lars, you're Owen Lars. Owen Lars, I get it. You're Owen Lars. And also there was no internet at the time where I could just, get on my phone and look up Owen Lars, okay? But if you happen to look up Owen Lars, all right. So what happened was, in fact, don't do it. Don't do it yet. And there's a reason I say that, okay? But at any rate, this went on until, I would say mid-year 1975. And in mid-year 1975, Lars handed me a book. I'll show you the book that he handed to me, okay? Because now this book is a classic. And I swear, unless you know where I'm going with this, your jaw will drop, okay? It is a classic book, okay? A classic book. I'm trying to get the picture of it. There it is, I believe. Difficult to find. There it is. Excuse me. Oh man, nothing does. Okay, Star Wars book. There we go. I just said it, didn't I? I gave it away. I think you heard me say it. But Lars handed me a book. Here's images. Yeah. He handed me this book. And then there it is. And I have this book somewhere dog-eared, but this is the book that he handed me. Note, this was like mid-year 1975. Okay. Owen Lars is Luke Skywalker's godfather. Get it? And that was how I learned about Star Wars. Okay. So, and Darth Vader. And yeah, I'm gonna miss him. So there's some friends having they're gonna hoist a beer in his honor in San Francisco. It didn't seem practical to leave mom here, fly back there, then fly back here, and then fly for the draft. You know, I'm trying. My mom deserves my time, and this is where that's the way it is. And you know, Lars and Bill and everybody else understand that. But I just want to take time to share with you a magical person. If you have a chance, Lars is a magical person. You want a taste of his energy, okay? Right here on Zenny 62, just write Bill and Lars Star Trek, and you hear us singing Star Trek, right? But this is how we met. And we also started the Bret Hart Junior High School's first and maybe only, because it's now in middle school, Star Trek club as well. But yeah, if you've never seen this is the original Star Wars book, all right, written by George Lucas, okay? And so this is Bret Hart Junior High School in Oakland. That's how I heard about it. And I should have saved the book. I mean, boneheaded me. I didn't realize the book. I may still have it somewhere around. I don't know. But that's where our friendship, Bill, Lars, and I, that's how our friendship was based. And we went to 2 Star Trek clubs in Oakland that William Shatner, I mean, this is how it was in those days, okay? William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy, DeForest Kelly played Dr. McCoy, Nichelle Nichols, Lieutenant Uhura, and George Takei, of course, Sulu, were all there. And the late Harlan Ellison, Jimmy Doohan, the late Jimmy Doohan, who played Scotty, at the Oakland Auditorium, which is still a Hulk, an unused Hulk, an embarrassingly unused Hulk. Another example of Oakland economic development failure, that it's empty, all right? I'm serious. Ridiculous stuff, folks. But that place in 1975 and 1976, we had the Star Trek conventions, was rocking, man. Oh, rocking. It was something else. I know I'm a little off track, but I just had to share that because, hey. So and then Bill and I went to my first Raider game in 1976, preseason game, pitting the New England Patriots, the visiting New England Patriots against the Oakland Raiders. And if you are any type of Raider historian, you'll remember that date as the Darryl Stingley game, the game that Jack Tatum hit Darryl Stingley over the middle. I was there. Okay. Wow. Something else. All right. Anyway, a lot of memories. Oakland's problem is it's afraid to be a great city. That has always been Oakland's problem. There are people like myself that have tried to push it to greatness, but it's afraid to be a great city. All right. Back to the Raiders talk. And it's 1:40 in the morning. Sean Grogan says, see, it seems like Oakland has a problem with keeping themselves down. I think, Jose Rivas says he got paralyzed. He did. I'll never forget it. I had my binoculars, and you could see 32 went across my lens, and all of a sudden I heard this resounding crack. I mean, you could hear it throughout the stadium. And the funny thing about that game is when it started, I was with my friend Bill, Bill, Lars, and I. And Bill, kind of like John Lennon in those days, right? And he was a very eccentric dude. And so when the Raiderettes came out, he stands up and he yells, sex, sex, sex. And so then when the Raiders themselves are introduced, he yells, violence, violence, violence. That was, I mean, it was his way of parodying the Monty Python humor of the day, okay? Because we're all Monty Python fans. So I reminded Bill of that later in life, like last year at Lars's memorial, and Bill says, I don't remember that. But yeah, it was at that game, Jose. It was at that game. And Sean, you're absolutely right. Oakland's biggest problem is San Francisco exists right next to it. And there is this consistent underlying expression of an idea that San Francisco is the can-do city and Oakland is not. And Oakland does everything it can to prove that. Okay? That's the problem. And to this day, Oakland is consistently mired in its problems. If there is a city that has hurt itself with the idea that, hey, look, every day is a struggle, it's Oakland, because Oakland believes every day is a struggle and there's nothing else but the struggle. And so Oakland does a great job of making what should be routinely successful a struggle. Just being honest, okay? Just being honest. Oakland can do better, but Oakland has to have the will. All right, the will, all right? So getting back to the whole schedule, let's talk about the NFL schedule as a whole. I'm going to actually go back and I'll talk about the Raiders schedule. Excuse me for a second. One moment, please. All right. Sorry. Okay. All right. Let's talk about NFL Week 1. We got Packers at Bears Thursday night. Then Sunday, September 8th, we have the Rams at the Panthers, the Redskins at the Eagles. That's a battle. Bills at the Jets, Falcons at the Vikings, Ravens at Dolphins, Chiefs at Jaguars, Titans at Browns, Colts at Chargers, Bengals at Seahawks, 49ers at Buccaneers. 49ers at Bucks. For some reason, that feels like an ambush. I think the Bucks are going to blow out the 49ers. Mark that. I just said that coming out of my mouth. I looked at it and I said, I think the Bucks are going to blow out the 49ers. Giants at Cowboys, Lions at Cardinals. I would love to go to the Giants-Cowboys game, but I want to go to the Broncos-Raiders game, okay? Steelers, Patriots, and Texans at Saints. So Monday night we have a doubleheader, but the Texans are visiting the Saints. I expect the Saints to walk all over the Texans. This may be Bill O'Brien's last year. We'll see. He's got to get that defense together. And offensively, he's got to develop a repertoire of about 10 short pass plays. All right. So, Jamal, how you doing? Jamal says, I haven't caught, man, how are you? Hey, Jamal, are you up for a live stream? Are you up for a NFL draft, mock draft this weekend? Joseph Binsman. Oh, by the way, Joseph Binsman says if Garoppolo is back to full health, that game in Tampa will be a shootout. Yes. Jay Will says Bruce Arians is the Bucs coach, so now I can see that happening. Yeah, I think I'm really excited. I think that's a fantastic addition to that squad, that head coach. I think he's going to do wonders with Jameis Winston. I think the defense under Todd Bowles is going to really fly to the ball. So I cannot wait to see the Bucs. They're going to be hot, man. Just plain hot. So the Ghost of Judah tribe says Oakland taking the L all the way across the pond. And then he says, we're going to go down you bits and leave you what? Anyway, Sean Grogan says, it seems like, the Ghost of Judah is basically selling wolf tickets. He's saying, we're going to drown you bits and leave you for dead in the Atlantic. The Ghost of Judah tribe, you can't even spell, man. How can you talk about doing that? You can't even spell. Learn to spell. Sean Grogan says, it seems like Oakland has a problem with keeping themselves down. Talked about that. Jamal Wells, where have you been? Raider Lou says, go Bucks. Yeah, I say go Bucks. Definitely. And Jamal says, I am well, and yes, a mock draft would be fun. Okay, cool. How about Saturday night? Saturday night mock draft. All right. So I'm gonna write this down. Saturday. And Jamal, you've got my info for the phone number, right? Okay. You got my send me an email right now reminding me of that. So because I'm being candidly honest with you publicly, man. This has been actually business wise has been a fantastic year. The best ever. Okay. But with losing people, it's been tough. Okay. So send me an email. Then I got another new engagement. I got to do that. Send me an email, please, so I can make sure I get that together. So I'm writing Jamal. All right. Joe says, I thought we were playing a game in Canada. That's preseason. Jamal, me, and more for NFL draft live mock. Like that, okay? For Saturday. Hey, how about hey Sean, this is Lida Music. I'm glad you like the music. This is her name is Katie Robbins, Lida Music. You go to Oakland News Now. At the top, you can link, or you can type Lida Music, SoundCloud, Divine Distraction is the EP. All right. Saturday. How about Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern? Does that work for the mock draft? Does that work with you, Jamal? This Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Does anybody else want to participate? The way it is I'll have your phone number, and we'll have a conference call, and we'll just 1 through 32 go through what the teams, who picks when, and what we think they might pick then. All right. Jay Will says, Arian says he has known Jameis since he was in high school. Yeah, he has said that. So Jamal, is that cool with you? Because I'm going to, Joseph Benson says, I will get back to you if that time is good for me. It should be. Hey, Joseph, send me an email, please. Both of you, I implore you, send me emails. I will send you emails. Love to have you, Joseph, because that would be you, Jamal, myself. I wonder if we can get Bill Carroll to join us. That would be 4. Anybody else here? Everybody, look, everybody here is willing to participate, is invited. I just need for you to email me here with your phone number, okay? Which means I get to know the real you, right? There, okay? Yeah. Yes for the mock draft, okay? Because that's the only way I can do it, right? Because then your time is up and you're coming, maybe so. Okay, we'll watch this show. All right. Got it. Okay. I got your email there. All right, let me take that. Take that. Oh, by the way, I got to ask you. The draft is next week, but also so's Avengers Endgame. Who among you has your tickets? You have your tickets. Avengers Endgame. I don't have mine yet. Because I'm still maybe in Nashville. In fact, I will be in Nashville there. Okay. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let's see here. There's that. I'm waiting for the email to open so I can store your email. That's why I'm doing this. Okay. Hey, Joseph Amenderis, thank you very much for your Raiders schedule email. I'm just seeing it right now. In case you're wondering, I just looking at it right now, man. So I've got, let's see here. Whoops. See what's. I should see, and I know I also know O's shares. All right, see what? So and then Joseph Bensman and Jamal. Let's see here. Yeah, Jamal, send me your email because I've got one. I've got a draft save right now with Jamal. No, with Joseph Bensman in it, as well as Sean. Okay. Oh, Jamal's J Mills. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay, I'm doing it right now. Oh, can I describe how I organize a marked draft? Yeah, what I do is I set up the phone to do a conference call, and then I simply add your numbers going along. And there's like any other conference call, you you know, I'll say, hey, are you there, right? And and then each one of you will decide we'll decide by email who gets to call first. And so we'll go basically one, he was like 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then once we go 1, 2, 3, 4, then we'll go back 1, 2, 3, 4 for the next 8. Then 1, 2, 3, 4 for the next, 1, 2, 3, 4 for the first 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 for the next 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 for the next 4 after that. You get it? Or if we have 5 people, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Okay, that's how it goes. Yeah, so that's how that will go. So I'm adding. Okay, Jamal, I just added you to the email as well. Sean says I can't wait to go in and see in Max's. Yeah, so you understand that, Joseph? That's how that works. So I got you plugged in there. And yeah, that's it. Okay, so it's 1:53. I'm going to get off now because it's getting close to 2. I need to get some sleep and do a little homework before I do, all right? So thank you all very, very, very much for being friends here. And yeah, Light of Music. Again, I'm gonna put the link right here so you can get it. You can get her music, okay? I'm doing it right now. Right now. And there, all right? That link is to her music. What's playing right now is Light of Music. I am into jazz. However, I am I have a relationship with her, not that kind of relationship. But she's my friend, okay, and I'm helping her promote her music. And she was my sponsor for CES. And I said that she was going to. I know, it's funny. I said, hey, look, I'm going to promote you the entire year, and that's what I'm doing. Okay, I love the music. All right. Oh, you like John Coltrane? I like. Well, hey, look, I like this. This is really cool. I mean, I like her sound. She's an up and coming artist, and I encourage everybody to check out Divine Distraction. Disco music, yeah, but I like this right now. This is which you're hearing in the background is what I'm pumping. What I'm into right now. This is it. All right. So yeah. Above all else, now if you want to know what other music I like music. I like soundtracks. Okay. All right. Since you asked for it, hold on a second. I'll share with you the other kind of music that I like. All right. Hold on a second. Let me put that there. And I want you to watch out for this, okay? Because I don't know what Bear McCreary is going to do with this. I hope he does. I hope he's got some sound out there that I can hear right now. But I think I believe this may be it. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I can play you 3 seconds of it. Oh, let's try it again. Try it again. Okay, you ready? All right. Listen to this. That's the full Brer McCreary Godzilla King of the Monsters theme. Isn't that cool? I love that stuff, man. I love that, okay? Bum, 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 bum. All right. I also like the Avengers music, You know, I like what Michael not Gabbaccini, but there was the original one that he did, and I'm trying to remember Avengers theme. Michael, let's see what I get here. Michael Alan Silvestri. I'm sorry, Alan Silvestri's theme. I love. Boom, ba-da-dum, ba-da-da-da. Okay, you get the idea. I like music, movie music. All right. Okay, enough of me. I'll see you all not tomorrow, but remember Friday at 3 p.m. PST, Lee Steinberg. Okay, Lee Steinberg. All right, that's 6 p.m. EST. Lee Steinberg. Got it? On Zenny 62. The sports agent. I had Eric Metz, Lee Steinberg. All right? So come on back. But remember, tomorrow I'm taking a day off. And then tomorrow night, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, Lee Steinberg. All right? See you all. Thanks a lot. See ya.